Hello, I'm Billy Thomas, an extension forester with the University of Kentucky Department of Forestry. Kentucky's woodlands are some of the most diverse and potentially productive of any of those in the world. They are home to more than 100 different tree species, and about half of those have some commercial value. Not only do our woodlands supply the raw materials for a multi-billion-dollar wood industry in the state, but they also provide many other benefits as well. They provide habitat for wildlife and other organisms. They help clean our air, water, and hold our soil in place. They also provide the backdrop for outdoor recreation and tourism. In Kentucky, like much of the eastern United States, our woodlands are primarily privately owned by individuals and families. And oftentimes, our woodlands do not receive the attention that they deserve. People may not realize that our woodlands have been harvested more than once, and in some cases 2 or 3 times. Our woodlands are interwoven throughout our past, and with proper care and management, they can play an important part in our future as well. At one point in time, Kentucky was nearly covered in woodlands.
European settlers found the original forest of Kentucky dominated by trees of great size and value: American chestnut, oaks, black walnut, beech, and yellow poplar, to name a few. At first, early settlers basically just cleared the land to build their homes and plant their crops. After the Civil War ended, the widespread logging of Kentucky occurred to feed a growing nation. Much of this logging was fueled by business interests outside Kentucky. Our woodlands supplied many of the raw materials needed to build our nation. Horses and men were extensively used to bring the logs to market. In parts of the state, single-gauge railroads were installed to facilitate the flow of logs out of the mountains. Logging camps and towns were built to house the men who harvested the trees. Conditions were tough and dangerous. Accidents sometimes occurred. Dams were often built to collect the logs on streams and rivers, and countless logs were transported by water until they reached the mill. Another industry that had a large impact on Kentucky's woodlands was iron furnaces that were spread out across the state. These iron furnaces required a great deal of charcoal to smelt iron, and that charcoal was produced from forest trees. A byproduct of the charcoal production and the single-gauge railroads were extensive wildfires. While efforts were made to detect and control these wildfires, they were widespread and had a destructive impact on our woodlands.
As a result of the numerous disturbances our forests and woodlands have faced over the years, we unfortunately have a large percentage of low-quality trees. Our forests are also threatened by invasive insects and plants. And just because your woodlands may be healthy today doesn't necessarily mean they'll be healthy in the future. We now have a greater understanding of how to care for and sustainably manage our woodlands here in Kentucky. Woodland owners are strongly encouraged to work with a professional forester to ensure that their woodlands meet their needs today as well as those of future generations. Many agricultural concepts are similar in woodland management, whether it be controlling plant density, addressing pests, or monitoring crop development. These all also occur in woodland management. Woodland owners working with a professional forester can develop a management plan that will help them meet their goals. Woodland owners should not feel alone in this endeavor. There are many agencies, organizations, and information sources available to help woodland owners throughout this process. Our woodlands are an important asset, and they are worthy of our time and care. So take the time to learn about our woodlands and the tremendous assets on your property.